It's on its last minute. Well, welcome to Evensong on this last day of May in 2023. Our program this afternoon is a dramatic reading called The Prisoner. It was written by Dorothy Lawson around 1970, and it's about caring for other people. Our readers are Lois Shattuck, Grace Voorhees, Maggie Underco-White, and our actor is Scott Strode. We're going to sing out of the CFO book before we have the reading. And since Norma's here, we're not going to sing to her because we won't, but we want to wish Norma Leibarger a happy birthday today, too. As you see, we have some staging. You are to use your imagination quite well. You will see a cell, and imagine that it's all the way around, not just a quarter of a circle, but that it's a whole circle, and that it's cold in there, that the bars of the cell are icy and frosty, and you'll get it as we go along. This is being live streamed and will be on YouTube. If you miss anything, you can watch Timbercrest Senior Living Community YouTube and catch up. Our pianist is Nan Erbaugh, and so turn in your CFO songbook to number 210, Bind Us Together. This song sings one page and the top of the next page, and then back to the beginning, and you end at the fine. 210, Bind Us Together. Number 235, I Would Be True. We'll sing both verses.
Look at that man in that prison. What do you suppose he's doing up there?
He must be very cold.
Yes, look at the ice on those bars and the heavy clothing he's wearing.
He must be so uncomfortable and miserable. Why, he looks too cold to care about anything.
How do you suppose he got there, way out in the middle of nowhere? And who built the cell and banished him to it?
Perhaps he built it himself.
Don't be absurd. No one willingly imprisons himself in a self-made cell in the middle of nowhere.
I didn't say it was done deliberately. And anyway, this isn't the middle of nowhere. This is the middle of everywhere.
The middle of everywhere, but there's nothing here. You actually believe he built the cell?
Yes,
Why?
he didn't intend to build it. It emerged from the pattern of his life. It was built over a period of many years.
But why does he stay there?
He's living there.
Living? You call that living? Apart from other people, in isolation, with no one to love or talk with or be with? You call that living? That's not living. That's only existing.
I know.
We must help him realize how miserable he is. We must give him a better pattern.
A better pattern?
Yes, we must give him a better pattern in order for him to build a new place to live, a place where there can be warmth, light, beauty, and joy, a place where he can enjoy life.
I wish it were that simple.
It is. Don't you understand?
Look, he's starting to stand. It seems so hard for him. His legs must be cramped. Do you suppose he heard our voices and wants to come to us?
He's standing now. I wonder how long he had been sitting in that same position.
A long time.
How do you know so much about this hooded creature? Have you seen him before?
Yes, I've seen him many times.
Incredible. You mean you've been here before?
No, but I've seen him in other places and in other prisons.
In other prisons? I don't understand. You speak as if this man is a professional prisoner.
Well, you might call him that.
And I suppose he built all the prisons from the same type of pattern?
Look, quick! He's trying to get out of the cell, away from the icy coldness. See how he walks from one side of the cell to the other? It's like a trapped animal.
He's almost walking in a circle. He must be searching for the door, but there is no door.
So I noticed.
The cell was built without a door. It wasn't really planned. It just happened.
That's what I said earlier.
Without a door, how did he get inside?
He built it around himself.
Then he can never get out.
Well, he can always get out if he really searches for an exit.
But there is no exit.
Yes, there is. Look at the bars.
The bars? Well, what about the bars? You can see they're too heavy for him to move.
I didn't mean for him to move them. They're rather widely spread out. A person could almost climb between them, couldn't he?
Yes, he could climb between them. But is there enough room? There would be if he were just a bit smaller.
Yes, he is the reason that prevents him from escaping.
All he needs is one of Alice's little bottles, one marked "Drink Me" to become smaller.
The magic contents of little bottles won't help a man escape from himself.
I have a wonderful idea. There is a way out. He can become smaller and he can do it himself. If he'll just remove some of his heavy clothes, his body will be smaller and then he can get out.
Remove some of his clothes. Are you crazy? He'll freeze to death.
No, it would only be for a few minutes. Once he's outside the cell, he won't need so many clothes.
Say, you're right. Suppose I yell up and suggest your idea.
But will he hear you?
Yes, and even if he doesn't hear, he may be frightened to have someone shout at him. I'd better go up and speak to him first.
That's not necessary. I'll just yell up and tell him how to escape. That's all. Once he knows how to get up, he'll leave.
Are you sure?
Certainly, I'm sure. Hey, you up there. You can get out of your cell even without a door. All you have to do is remove your heavy coats and then climb through the bars. He's looking in this direction. He heard me.
Yes, he heard. But does he understand?
Of course, I'll yell up again just to be certain. You can get out, fellow. Just slip out of your heavy coat and slide between the bars. It might be a tight squeeze, but you can make it.
He looks confused. I'm not sure he understands you. I'd better go up there.
Don't be silly. He heard me. Just give him a minute.
He needs some encouragement.
Good grief. I'm telling him how to leave his prison. How much more encouragement does he need?
Just telling him might not be enough.
He needs more than words. He needs a person.
I'm a person.
Yes, of course you are, but you're a telling person, and he needs a being with person.
Is there a difference? Hey, fellow, listen to me. You can leave your cell. Don't sit down. I'm trying to help you. Listen to me. I'm trying to help. Get up. Don't just sit there and ignore me. I'm trying to help you.
It's no use to shout. Can't you see? He isn't even listening. He has pulled the blanket completely over his head.
I was afraid he wouldn't understand your instructions. Now he's more alone than ever, and there's an extra layer of clothing to hinder him from leaving his cell.
The blanket that he wraps about his shoulder will not give warmth. It will only increase the coldness. He's just added another layer of fear and of mistrust.
Another layer of fear and mistrust. All he did was put an old blanket about his body.
It is the same. There are many such layers wrapped about this man's body and soul. Layers of hurt, of self-pity, guilt, pride, and unbelief. This is what keeps him trapped in his miserable, cramped, cold little cell. This is what keeps him from being with other people.
You mean that it's his own fault he can't get out?
In many ways.
Does he know this?
Perhaps, perhaps not. He may believe that it's the fault of other people or due to his particular situation in life.
What will become of him? How will he learn to throw off these burdensome layers so that he can enter into relationship with us and be free?
We'll have to help him. We'll have to go to him.
What's the point of going up there? We tried to help, didn't we? I shouted to him and told him how to escape, and he refused to listen. What more can we do? And since it's his own fault.
You can't help people change by just shouting at them. You must go and be with them.
She's right.
Okay, but I'm not going up there. He refused to listen to me.
Perhaps you didn't listen to him.
Listen to him? He didn't say anything. He rejected me with his silence.
He needs you just as much now as before. In fact, he needs you more.
You saw him. He refused my suggestions. He doesn't need me.
He needs you, not just your words.
But he wouldn't listen to me.
That isn't important. He does need you, and so do I.
You need me.
Yes, I need you in order to help him. Let's go up together.
No, I'm not going. I tried once. That's enough. I did my duty. Why would I risk getting chilled and maybe catching cold for nothing but to argue with a self-made snowman who won't appreciate my efforts? You go if you want to. I'm staying here.
I have no choice. I must go. Someday you'll understand.
Understand what?
Why I must help people out of cold cells.
What sort of nonsense are you talking? You say the strangest things sometimes. Look, let's just forget the whole thing and go home.
No, I must go up to him. He needs me.
Wait, how will you get up there?
Don't worry. Love always finds a way.
Love? Love? What does love have to do with this?
Everything.
Everything? Why? Just because she feels compassion for a prisoner?
Love is not just a feeling, it's something you do as well.
I see. Like helping people out of prison.
Yes.
How is she going to help him?
Watch and learn.
She'll freeze. She isn't even wearing a sweater. You'll freeze up there. Come back down here. That girl. What are we going to do with her?
Nothing except try to be a little more like her.
But the things she does are so impossible.
Yes, sometimes it seems that way.
Not seems, are. And then she expects us to do them too.
Our friend he's standing up.
He is. He is. He's touching her outstretched hand. Listen, she's still talking to him. I wish I could hear what she's saying. Come with me. I want to hear what she's saying.
The words aren't important.
They must be. Look, he's unwrapping the blanket. Poor fellow, he's so clumsy. Why doesn't she help him?
She can't. He has to do it himself.
Why? She's been helping him. She went up there, she talked to him, she took his hand.
No, she only offered him her hand. He had to decide himself whether to accept it. The same is true with the blanket. There are some blankets a person must take off by himself in order to be free.
Free from what?
Free from himself and free to accept love from another person.
The coat. He's really taking off the coat. Why, he's wearing another coat underneath it.
Yes, he's been wearing it for years.
Can you see how much thinner he is now? He looks bare and stripped.
He's taken the first step. Our friend is preparing to leave his cell.
Yes, he's leaving it. Good grief, he's trying to take his old coat with him. It's so heavy he can't even lift it. Why doesn't he let it lay?
It's difficult and painful to leave old coats, old selves behind,
Even when the old ones are burdensome?
especially when they are burdensome. You see, he can't lift it, and yet he keeps trying.
She won't let him take it, will she? He's out and without the coat. He's not a prisoner anymore. Come, let's go meet them. She'll need our help getting him over the wall.
Where will she take him?
Why, back to the community. Where else?
Well, there really no other place. I'm happy and grateful you understand. However, you must remember that despite the love and acceptance he'll find there, he may come back here sometimes.
Come back here? That's impossible. Why would he come back here?
Because at times he will be lonely and frightened. He will fail to believe and will pull an invisible coat about himself and return to his cell.
Surely he won't stay, will he?
No, I doubt it. After having experienced life within the community of the concerned, he won't be able to live in his old cell.
Then why let him return? Let's not ever let him leave us and return here. We'll force him to stay in the community and love us.
You can't force love. You can only give it freely, hoping that someday it will be freely accepted.
And then?
And then it will be given to others, just as you're doing,
I'm loving, but how?
by trying to help the girl with our friend, by wanting to take him home with us, to experience life among us.
I didn't help much. I got disgusted and wanted to forget the entire thing. I'm not like her. She's patient and kind, a being with person. She wouldn't forget him. Why can't I be like her?
You are learning, just as our friend is beginning to. Through the experience of your relationships with other persons, love is never expressed through words alone, but through active concern for another human being. You are learning. Come on, let's go meet our friend.